Welcome everybody to Story Launcher. I am Andi Lohr, author, writing and book coach, and CEO of Story Launcher Publishing. And welcome to our workshop this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world watching this. The 5 shifts to write, publish, and launch your book to best-selling status in order to bring in 6 figures in revenue. We've got lots to go over today, so we're going to just dive right in. This workshop is for anyone who has a story to share or a message to give, whether you're published or not published, entrepreneurs, business owners, service providers, coaches, teachers, anybody that has a book to get out there, a powerful idea, powerful message that will create a positive impact in the world. We need you. So lean in. This workshop is for you. So discovering the 5 shifts. And I'm going to be walking you through those, but I want to say that when I recognized how authors were not keeping their royalties, were not making money right from the start, they were becoming the starving artist. We had to make these shifts. So these 5 shifts you must make to make your book, make your book, and then take it to 5 figures a month. And then 6, while you enjoy freedom to learn your craft and hone in on your craft and build your craft. Now I'm going to walk you through these 5 shifts in this next session. The first shift. Now I know we want to get into the good stuff and the meat of this workshop right away, but I really want you to focus on this. This first shift is so important. And we'll get to the meat of it in a minute, but bear with me as I jump in on this one because it's so crucial. The first one is you need to be bold. What do I mean by being bold? Is you need to be being and writing and complete authenticity with your truth. And being bold and being brave takes courage because writers are often meek and quiet and introverted. That's what makes us great writers. But the great works take courage because authentic writing, real writing is the heart of everything. Everything successful has to come from that deepest heartfelt reaches of yourself. And passion, you've got to focus on your passion. These great writers, the great writing that shocks the world and moves the world, it takes courage and grit. And in doing that, you've got to realize the value of your craft and how impactful your words can be. My favorite quote, "The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written." So just because you're here on this workshop today means that you have tenacity and true grit because you're here and you're looking to take those steps to becoming a professional author. Everybody following this? Everybody getting this? You guys with me here? Okay, I'm moving into the second shift. The second shift is committing to professional standards. Because you are a professional, and professionals identify as professionals. If you identify as the starving artist, that's what you get. So stop identifying as that type of artist. You've got to demand sales, demand pre-orders, because professionals do not work for free. There will be some times when we have to write and craft to promote, for self-promotion and social media, but for the most part, you've got to charge for your writing. You cannot work for free. There's only 2 reasons why authors are not launching books successfully. 1, they're identifying as the starving artist, And two, you do not have a successful strategy, a process in place to take them to the professional authorship. So we're moving right along. I might back up 1 second here. If we stop identifying as a starving artist, demand pre-orders, and there's only 2 reasons, like I said. So why wait and hope your book will launch? Your book launch will be successful when you can ensure that it will be. And we began pre-launching books as in short as 3 weeks. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, the third shift. The secret weapon. But before I get into that secret weapon, I've got to remind you all of the old publishing methodology that we've all grown so accustomed to. We've come to expect this, where you pitch and you pitch and you pitch, and then you have to revise or edit, and then you're rejected. You've got to have a good agent. You've got to have a top publishing house, probably a publicist, lots and lots of time. I didn't put that on the slide here, but lots and lots of time. Hopefully a New York Times bestseller. A massive following, basically become a celebrity. And maybe a book sale or 2. It's cross your fingers marketing. It's cyclic, where you're facing rejections, pitching and pitching, you're struggling to get reviews and growing your fan base in the process, continuing struggling to market your book. And then if you get picked up by a publishing company, you're giving away anywhere to 90% of your royalties. It's not a winning business model. So our new way, or persona publishing, where you're keeping 100% of your royalties, where you're not pitching your idea, we help discover it and leverage it and create it so that it is profitable before you even begin writing. If you've already written, that's fine. We can go back, and if we need to make tweaks, we'll help you do so. This is the bird's eye view, the 40,000-foot view, so to speak, where you're beginning with a book idea, but could take you to ongoing career opportunities. The opportunities are endless. So Persona Publishing is a community of writers where we offer each other support and feedback and accountability. We're a publishing company where we provide a replicable process that's simplified. Our structure is simplified, where we provide you with essential resources and the services that you need. And don't let me imply, or don't be confused with this, that all book projects and all authors are unique. And so even though we have this simplified process, we hone it and tweak it individually to each book project that comes through our program. We're an author-focused business model where we support your increased revenues and increased sales with 100% royalty retention. Okay, because we are career-minded and mindset focused, where our coaching programs are to set you up for the long run. So moving right along, we've got our 4th shift today. And the 4th shift is leveraging your talents, where it's imperative that you get your work seen and get feedback on it. Okay. No great books were ever created in a vacuum. You've got to get your work out there, get out of your comfort zone, and maybe grow thick skin if that's what's needed. You've got to master your craft and take criticism, both positive and negative, and the negative is all constructive. And we've got to learn from it. And you've got to create and share prolifically, because like I said, no book was ever created in a vacuum. Look at any book on your bookshelf at home and you'll see that there's always loads of people that the author is thanking for the production and success and the book coming to fruition. No books were ever written alone. So we're getting right on to the fifth shift. That's hard to say. The fifth shift is invest in mentoring. Investing in mentoring, only the serious creative people, the creative artists, the serious ones, the serious authors need invest in mentoring. If you're just hobby writing, no. Because alone you can spend decades getting your book crafted, written, let alone written. Written and crafted are two different things. I want to touch on that for a minute. The writing part is the fun part, and you just brain dumping and getting your story on paper. The crafting is the skill part where you've got to make the sentence structure right and the ideas flow and the scenes flow, and that's crafting. We're writers here, we all know that, but alone, it could take decades. And we're constantly faced with fears and doubts and self-sabotage because we are our toughest critics. We are, unless your mother's an English teacher like mine was, but I'm still my toughest critic. And my problem is I have this mother hen approach to my books. They're like my babies and I don't want to let them go. So I'll just keep them, and they're never finished. Our books as authors, we never are done. We need somebody to take them and say, okay, it's time. Quit messing with it. You could go on and on. But if you think about it, doctors, they earn upwards of $200,000 a year. Well, they train for 14 years. So if you grow your readership to just $20,000 a month, you're way ahead of a doctor. Way ahead. But try doing it without the proper support and the proper training. It's crazy. Doctors don't do it, so why should we? Well, I've personally invested over $100,000 in my trainings and my school, and every time it's been terrifying, but I've learned from the best. I've learned from the best, and I'm coaching some of the best. But every time it's scary. But every time I've invested, I've gained something from that, and I've reimbursed or paid myself back tenfold for the investments I've made. So don't go it alone. I encourage you to get out there and find the best mentor and find out what it's going to take to work with them, and then work with them. But don't go it alone. Because writing is a lonely career. It's a lonely job. And mentoring brings guidance and support and accountability. And we grow from our mentors as our mentors grow from us.